Hey mate, did you hear about that rumour about beer karma?
Beer karma?
You drink one of these and a Victorian cops one.
Oh, really?
They did claim to invent the footy. Welcome, Rooters, to another week of the Grassroots Footy Show. I'm Tommy Javor with my host, the co-host with the most, Lisa Wright.
Yes, it is me, and I'm here yet again, week after week after week. It's all good. Here we are, week 12.
Week 12.
Yes, and still haven't been axed. Thank you very much. Now, don't we often say this and throw a bit of, duck off the, water off the duck's back?
It's been a big week in football.
But it has been a big week in football. It certainly has, especially in Divisions 1 and Divisions 4, where the bottom two sides had fairly decent wins. A 2-point win is still a good win. Over top sides.
I'd go as far as to say it was second last best game for the year.
Well, one would think so, and then up at the top side.
Yeah, and the first time I can remember in a long time, they kicked 10 goals. They kicked 10 goals and they got the chocolate. So well done to the Chocolate Boys, Jackie Lauren and the boys. They would have been
celebrating.
West End.
With a few West End beverages.
Best end of the day.
Absolutely. And also congratulations to Jets Cross, who
Yes.
has their second win of the year over a, how do you describe Broadview?
Disappointing.
Yes.
Lackluster.
Yes.
Let down.
Yep. And probably very surprised to hear as well that from people involved with Broadview that they were almost expecting to lose because Jets happened to give them a hard time out there, which I find very bizarre because you wouldn't think, and I wouldn't think that Fabulous Phil would actually be going into a game expecting to lose, would you?
No, you wouldn't think so, but with 7 rounds to go now, I'll tell you what, the writing's on the wall for Broadview, because it's not just the fact they're one game behind 5th place Broadview, it's the fact they're 9 percentage points. So effectively 2 games that have to make up a lot of ground, and at the moment their form is, well, a bit like the toothless tigers of Richmond. Unfortunately, they can't quite finish things off, but you've got to be wary of Goodwood Saints knocking off Gazer, and here they come again.
Sneaking up a bit there, aren't they? So
you can't bloody trust them.
No, you can't.
You're not meant to finish in the 5 this year, Goodwood, for God's sake.
But yeah, coming good at probably at the correct time of the season.
Yeah, it's been good as well. I mean, it was only probably 2 weeks ago we sat here and I said to you, I think the top 5 is set, and you ummed and ahed a little bit over it. But I mean, with Shock beating Spock, probably not as surprising, but Ross Trevor beating Salisbury North. Nothing is sure except the fact that the Henley juggernaut continues to roll on.
And you can't really say weather really played a part of it either. Now, we were playing in the western suburbs on the weekend, and I think it might have rained a bit in the B grade and maybe at the beginning of the A grade, but otherwise the sun came out and it was actually almost warm. So, the rain that they did have didn't make the ovals that boggy, or it didn't affect it that much.
Well, I mean, down at Wingfield on the weekend we'll be doing a little mini footy trip on Wingfield later on. Now, the conditions are great. It was a beautiful day for football, I must say. So no complaints. Certainly wasn't what the forecast said it would be.
No, absolutely not. They were actually expecting hail or something, I think, in the afternoon. But that news became about as trustworthy as the person we got it from. Okay, Division 2, no real surprises for me. What about you?
No great surprises, Lisa, especially the fact I haven't checked yet. So I'll take your word for it. I've had a very busy week, unfortunately.
Good on you. Let's move on to Division 3.
Professional.
Get to Division 3. What did I have for Division 3? Oh, now, Mitcham. Mitcham actually would have demolished Mosh on the weekend if they didn't kick 2 goals, 16.
Bad kicking's bad football. In the game, only 8 goals scored. You'd think, they certainly could have made a fist of it, but 16 points in front of your home supporters would have had them scratching the hawk heads indeed.
Absolutely, and there's a big shriek. Andrew Graham says, watch out for the chicken train, here they come. Toot. But come on, kicking another 7 goals, so he'd be right up there in the league-leading goal kickers again.
53 now for the year.
Yeah, in Kilburn's 6-goal win over the now second-placed Seaton Ramblers.
Yes, the Chicks making every post a winner, and they look hard to stop. And a lot of different players popping up in the a lot of different names for the best players. This week it was Preston and Brady, names we haven't seen so much of. To accompany the likes of 200 and Matty Whelan, and obviously your favourites, the boys that you went to Tasmania with, Nick Pearce and Chucky Molyneux.
Yes. So that's about it for Division 3 that I...
Just one other quick one on Division 3. A man who I gave so much hype to. He was meant to be the next big thing. Gray Grant, he's only got one name, finally did something and kicked 6 goals. So well done to Gray on actually pulling your finger out of your dart head and doing something.
Yes, well done. Division 4, as we said before, the bottom 2 sides both recorded wins over quality opposition.
Yep.
With Para Hills defeating Pulteney and Elizabeth defeating a Hecky side that's had no joy of late. They're now on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, I think they've won one of their last 7 games as well, and since we did the footy trip out there, we've fallen in a massive hole.
Sorry.
We'd like some black fries after this week.
Yeah, sorry. So, well done to those guys, and especially Pulteney, who'd had a couple of good wins over the previous weeks before that as well. Probably a bit of a surprising result coming out there. But well done to the Para Hills boys. Their first official win this year, as opposed to the win they got from Kilburn points. No, can't be.
Wrong division.
No, wrong division. That's all right. I'm doing well. Almost as good as.
Me.
Yeah.
So,
Which means it's actually their second win of the season.
yeah, they won by goal.
Oh, they certainly did. Oh, dearie me. Anywho, let's move on. Division 5. And while we've been looking at all this, we've been having a look at some footage from the blockbuster game on Friday night at Adelaide Airport Stadium, where Grant Lodge took on Kenilworth, and what a fantastic game it was. It was... Why are you nudging me?
Because they can't see us. Good game, was it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely epic. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and actually it reminded me a bit of the 93 AFL preliminary final.
Oh, yes.
One of those sort of epic sort of comebacks.
That, of course, was the Camry Crows back then. Essendon.
Yes,
right? 44
certainly
points
was.
at half time, 19 points at 3-quarter time. But I was meant to get out to interview the great Kerry Payne on Friday, but couldn't make it due to circumstances way beyond my control. But I understand you did a great job. You got interviewing there somewhere as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Had a chat with Shane Baldock after the game. Now, it was originally a sort of 2 to 3 minute interview, but due to the rowdy Kenilworth boys in the background, some of the audio was a bit dodgy there. So did ask him a couple of questions on what he thought of the game, and obviously how did he inspire the boys, I guess, to come back from 40 odd points down. So this is what he had to say. Been a shock?
Yeah, I am a bit, yeah. The boys were very good. I mean, they come in at half time still believing us on the game, and to their credit, they stuck at their guns and we come home with a victory. So
yeah, now, for those obviously that don't know, you were, 6 goals to 11 to 6 at half time or something?
Yeah, fair way down.
So fair way down. What did you say to them at half time?
Oh, I didn't really have to say too much. I mean, they come in with, we've been talking a bit about belief and commitment in the last few weeks, and they came in believing they were still in the game and really rallied around themselves. I just basically reiterated what they were saying and just we made a few moves and seemed to work for us. So.
Oh, beautiful work there, Lisa. The thing that stands out for me in that was the use of the term self-belief.
Oh, and they certainly pulled out a bit of that to get such a monumental win. So
if you can't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you?
Now, we had the chicken train before, and now, the Coconut. We've got to get on the Coconut because they've had some fantastic wins over the last few weeks. So the Coconut and the chicken train. So we're going to see what else we can come up with from the clubs out
what
there.
What the hell is the Coconut?
Coconut. Oh, they're on a bit of a roll at the moment. Join the Coconut. Anyway,
Right.
like a juggernaut.
Lisa again with the ribs.
I didn't come up with that one. Anyway, well done to Timmy Aloisi from Brahma Lodge, who kicked 6 in a losing side, and to Blakey Moser, who got best on round.
Yeah, well done, Blake Moser.
Yes.
Obviously better than what he's been rated by others. But anyway, Division 6?
Yes.
Yes, Division 6.
Division 6 comes after Division 5.
Woody South 21-14, 140. Mawson Lakes 10-10-70. Mawson Lakes have fallen in a hell of a hole. They were 6-0, I believe, at one stage, and now they're 7-4. And Lisa, I understand you have a theory as to why the Lakes are in the hole. And this better not be about Lucy Emery.
Nothing to do with Lucy Emery, but they've lost the last 3 in a row, the Mozzies, and look, God love Jeff Riddle. He's a great bloke. But
Handsome man, handsome.
Is it a coincidence that since he was announced in his new media position, that the Mozzies have not won a game.
Well,
Dun, dun, dun.
let us speculate. Let us speculate, because my form hasn't dropped off with my various weird commitments. So, you know, it's just it's a delicate balance. It's a delicate balance. The rest of my life's going crap, but my media, fire.
I'm just saying, but look, obviously take nothing away from Millville South. They've obviously shown that they're the team to beat, even though Lockleys are now right up their clackers. They're only a game behind now.
Right up the clacker.
Right up the clacker.
No one likes that.
And Adam Clifford kicked 6 for the Cats on the weekend.
What done to Baby Bomber?
Baby Bomber, boys.
Well, he has a fresh baby.
He's a medium bomber now.
He is the middle of the pack.
Junior. Other than that, Central United knocking off Trinity.
Yes.
Going to Dutchy again, building some momentum now. Paul kicking 7.
Yeah, they're going beautifully. Yeah, they look like a big relegation chance, and now they only sit just outside the 5.
Absolutely. And in Div 7, probably no surprises there. However, Sunday Mail, I'm really not sure what the hell you're doing. But if we look at the score in the paper, it says Henley 21-14, 140 to Flinders University 1 point. Then they put Flinders University goal kickers unavailable. Gee, I wonder why that is.
Because they didn't kick in.
Well, why didn't they just put nothing instead of unavailable?
There you go.
Anyway.
Let's not talk anymore about that game, though. That's all the divisions, just the 7 of them. We're not doing division, are we?
Well, you can if you like, if you can find anything there that...
No, we did a C-section last week, so I think that'll do with that. Again, just wanting to see the odd forfeit littered in throughout the C grades, but I guess it comes with this time of year and
It
so
does.
forth.
Unfortunately, and we have talked on that before.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Tonight's
does,
footy trip.
that does end of what amused us.
Yes, it does, but this week we were out at the Blackfriars Old Scholars Football Club, otherwise known as the Hounds. Our second Hounds of the year.
Yes.
Will there be another curse with the Hounds? I hope not, for Dean Anderson and the boys' sake. Yes. And we'll be talking to all the characters of the Hounds, I assume.
We sure will. We'll have a chat with the beekeeper.
Yes, and why is he called the beekeeper?
We discussed this last year in the show.
Perhaps. Oh.
Perhaps we might go through that again with him.
Okay, I look forward to that. I'm sure our viewers will be compelled by the footy trip from the Blackfriars Football Club. I think we'll be back shortly, won't we, Lisa, with all the fun and frivolity of what happens on a Tuesday night at the Blackfriars Old Scholars.
And just before we do that, let's go out with a bit. Sorry, I shouldn't really read my notes.
Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner. Shane Baldock at 3/4 time. Very inspirational.
Still a couple of things a bit easy, a couple of goals that they got were a bit just easy, okay, because they weren't willing to push down hard enough to get behind the footy, alright? But our attack on the footy and our run and our boys increased there, and that's why we got back on top, okay? All of a sudden they stop, and you can see it. If you can get in their heads like we are in their heads now, okay, you can start running them all over them, alright? The cracks start to appear. Okay? But you can't let that slip. You can't let what you just did then slip now. Okay?
First goal.
Put it to yourselves now.
So here we are at part 2 tonight, and we are visiting the Blackfriars Hounds, and I am standing in front of the infamous bee tree. Back in 2010, when Hope Valley played Blackfriars, this very tree that I stand in front of was infested by killer bees, and we were all nearly run out of the park. However, there have been no bees here since. However, they have since employed the beekeeper, Dean Anderson. We're going to have a chat to Dino. We're also going to have a chat to Tom and see what's happening off field, and I reckon we'll give the players a bit of a stitch up as well. So let's go and have a chat to everyone and see what's happening at the Hounds.
I'm here with the coach of the Blackfriars Football Club, Dean Anderson, and I'm here with him for the second time. Oh, remember that from round 2, Ando?
I do.
Bit of sparkling reputation. We have a seat just so they can get a good look at the sponsor, the Wellington Hotel. And let's talk about what's been happening for the Blackfriars Hounds this year.
We started off really well. We were 5-0, and unfortunately we had a few injuries. Things haven't gone our way as much as what we would have liked, but the guys that we've stuck with and have brought into the side have started to gel and contribute fairly well.
So let's talk about some of those players you brought in, some of the new players, probably the guys that don't get recognised, with the names we don't read in the paper every week. Who's really sort of stepped up, the younger players?
In the younger side of things, I think Mark Parrish is starting to find his feet. Young Vookie young Asian lad we have playing here, played a lot of B grade football last year.
Now, how do you say his name? Because I've got in a bit of trouble on air a couple of times. Is it pronounced Phuc Vu?
That is a very good question. I only know him as Wookie, so yeah, I really don't want to try that in case I do make
It's
that
got
up.
me in some trouble, that's for sure. Hey, now you faced everyone in the competition. Last time round, I think you knocked off Ingle Farm by 3 goals. That's who you got this week, isn't it?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're obviously on the improve, so a big danger game for you boys, I think.
Yeah, I think every game is a danger game in this competition. Ingle Farm have got some really talented footballers and a couple of tools. Their ruckman, I think it's Garnell, is an outstanding footballer. But we're hoping to combat him this week, and I think if we can do that, we're go a long way to winning.
I have heard rumours as well that Nick Lynch is out for the year, which will be a big help to you because he's a very dangerous midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is.
Yeah. Hey, look, having faced all the teams, who's been the standout opposition at this stage?
It's funny, probably the best side I've seen is a side that we've actually beaten. I think Lockleys are probably the best side. I think they've got an even contribution from their forwards, their tools. Their back line's pretty solid and their midfield's pretty good. So I think they're probably the best side that I've seen so far.
Yep. Now, you talk about, obviously, there's a lot of stars scattered throughout the league. Listen, if you could just pan around, Lisa, and look at some of the photos of some of the actual stars. Who are the big stars? I hear all big things about Matty Brincat, the Hillman brothers and the likes. Who else is there?
I wouldn't like to say there was one star in this football club. That's something that I think we really pride ourselves on, having an even contribution throughout the whole football club. There's certainly some talented footballers in this football club. In Luke Bortolotti, who I think probably doesn't get the recognition that he probably deserves. Sam Horsell obviously is a star player, and Matt Bramcat is no doubt a very good footballer. But I think there's some other players in there, the Dylan Lees, the Adam Stera as we call him. But there are some other players in there like Dan McKenna, who's really stepped up for us this year, and young Matt River, who's coming of age. So yeah, no, it's pretty even across the board, but we certainly do have some good players on that side.
Now, having watched training tonight and seeing you lose your cool a little bit, saw the veins pop up on the egg there for a couple of times. Who's the biggest pain in the arse, mate? It seemed like there's a few out there.
Probably the biggest pain in the arse, probably not out in the footy oval, it's probably on the committee. I probably shouldn't say that, no. But I don't think we've really got any sort of pains in the backside in this football club. I think they're just a young group of lads that really enjoy themselves, enjoy being around each other, enjoy their football, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It can be frustrating, but at the same time, they're delivering on Saturdays when it's needed, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, look, it is a great club. The finger pointing going on behind the camera and who the big pains in the arses are. But I'm talking about one of the real positives of your club, and good to talk about the kitchen. The ladies working in there in the kitchen, just putting, it's just part of the whole. I think it creates a certain culture to see the boys coming off having soup, even a few brewskis put on. I reckon that's just great for the club. People like I'm not sure what that young lady's name who's serving the soup. Must be great to have those people in the club.
Oh, it's fantastic, and I've come from big clubs where there's a lot of contributors in this size football club. We've probably got 4 or 5 that are just unsung heroes here. In Heather Sanford, our trainer, and her son Matt. Wendy Curtis, she's been fantastic. I mean, both her sons play here, and she just contributes in any way possible. Caroline Bortolotti in the canteen. Caroline's been here for a long time. Peter Bortolotti is here tonight. These sort of people, Blackfriars Old Scholars wouldn't survive without those people. And again, there's other people, Tom Zed, the Prez, and David Horsell, and Matt Rogerson, and our photographer. We've got a photographer here who's completed all these photos up above us, Meg Rogerson. So again, with a small football club, we rely on everybody contributing, and that's what they do here. So it's been good.
Now, being Blackfriars Old Scholars, what's the turnover like from student to old scholar in a sense? Do you get much feed from the school?
This year's probably been better than the last couple of years. I think we've got about 5 or 6 this year that have come from the school. It's something that we're really trying to work on and build our relationship with the school. It's always difficult when Blackfriars, from my understanding, the first 18 have always been very, very talented, and a lot of those young fellas go to Div 1, Div 2 clubs, and I don't begrudge that. I mean, they're good enough to have a
or league clubs.
Or league clubs,
There's
exactly.
just quickly a few of those names. I mean, just from my era that I can rattle off, the Holland brothers were all there. Marty McKinnon and Ben Hart were both in my year level.
Alan Didak.
Alan Didak was a few years younger than me, unfortunately, but yes, Didzy, and then of course Johnny Boris as well was a great start. It'd be great to see Johnny back here playing for you one day. So it has been a wealth, a talent pool, if you will, from Blackfriars for sure.
And I think it's really important for our football club to acknowledge those people. And certainly one thing I'd like to see up in the football club here is those players that have gone on and played league football with their photos in the club, and to also let them know, so they always know that Blackfriars is around the place and they're always welcome here, you know, in the later years.
You do see that at a lot of other clubs, and just interesting point on it that you wouldn't have seen this, but Dean just pointed to a blank wall. So perhaps we could put some photos up there. That'd be great.
Yeah, certainly.
Hey, look, mate, one final one. I mean, first 5 you won in a row. You're still 7-4. You're still in a great position. What's the aim at this stage?
Our aim at the moment is just to play finals football, and I think if in this competition, if we get there, one thing I've always said to this playing group that we're as good as the best. It's just what we deliver on that day. It's that consistency we talk about every week, and once we can do that, there's no doubt we'll play high finals football.
No worries, mate. Well, thank you so much for accommodating us tonight, having us out at the club. We wish you all the best for the rest of the year.
No worries. Thanks very much. Thanks for having us.
Tell you what, it's all happening here at the Houndery. Not only have I left my mic at home by using a rolled up piece of newspaper, the hound is now a terrier. But what the hell? What do you want? You get what you pay for. Buddy, you stink. How do you feel about that? Any thoughts? No? How do you think Blackfriars will go this week? Tell me, not if you think they're going to win. Ooh.
By plenty.
By plenty? Ooh. We got a wet nose? Ooh. Oh. What a cute little hound. Hey, it's always fun and grassroots. Here we are with the Blackfriars hound.
We call them.
Well, it's President Chat time. With me at the moment, I have Hounds President, Mr. Tom Zed. Tom, thanks for having a chat.
Thanks for coming down.
And we'll apologise in advance. Tom has got a bit of laryngitis, so he'll try and speak up as loudly as he can. 2012, coming leaps and bounds for the Hounds at the moment off the field.
Yeah, it is. It's been fantastic. We've been able to really make some progress off the field with some things that we've been wanting to do around the place for a long time. As you've probably seen earlier tonight, we've had the council down here doing a few repairs and renovations to the club rooms, which is great. And we've been able to set up a few things. We've been running a bar on Saturdays, and yeah, it's been great.
And that was one of the things I was going to mention, is that anyone that's ever come down to Hound Park in previous years has always sworn and cursed because you couldn't buy a beer, and that's finally come to fruition for you this year.
You can now, yeah. We've had some fantastic support, and we've been able to set the bar up and get a licence. So for the teams that still haven't come down to play here for the rest of the season, make sure you bring some small change or even a few notes down with you and have a beer during or after the game.
Now, being a club that obviously runs off I guess a parklands type situation, how hard do you find it to, I mean, you've got the crowd there during the day, how hard do you find it to keep that crowd sort of coming in later on at night and to keep money coming into the club?
Yeah, look, it is difficult. It's a different scenario to the clubs that have, I guess, a community club type setup. But we're very fortunate that we've got the fantastic Wellington Hotel. So in the cold, dark days of winter like we're going through at the moment, once we wrap up the bar here at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, we're able to take our supporters at least down to the Welly for a meal and a few drinks to hopefully most weeks enjoy celebrating a win. And the Wellington Hotel have been with us for a few years now, and they're a major sponsor. They do a fantastic job. We're very lucky to have them, and without them we'd struggle. So it's great that we were able to get back there and support them, return the favour for the support that they give us.
Absolutely. And speaking of support, who are, I guess, some of the people that have been around the club now? And a lot of people don't realise Blackfriars is only not even a 10-year-old club, so they've only been around the place since 2006, I think it is. But who are some of the people that have, been around since day one and, just provide all their support and the hard work to the club?
We're really lucky, Lisa, because we've got some fantastic supporters who have been on board since day one. Michael Hogan, our inaugural president, I guess, is still a big part of our club as a supporter. Has been indeed doing some running and for the Bees, and even umpired a game earlier in the year, but he's always out here lending his support. John Belton, who coached us to 2 premierships in our first 2 years, again is regularly out here on the sidelines behind the boys and helping out behind the scenes. Pete Parrish, who at one stage was our vice president. All through the existence of the club, really, we've had people that have wanted to stick around. which is great. I think it reflects a real atmosphere that we've got down here, that everyone is very close and we have a good time, and we like to enjoy a win. And yeah, people just want to be part of that, and so people who have moved on from official roles have stuck around as supporters, which is great.
And we need to give a big get well to the mighty Hogan, who's just been in hospital and had a little bit of a sinus off, I believe. So
Yeah, he's a bit crook, but hopefully he'll be back on his feet and out here screaming from the sidelines again in a week or two.
like he does. And finally, obviously, we've mentioned the Wellington Hotel, who are great supporters of yours. Anyone else that you'd like to give a plug to in terms of sponsors?
Yeah, definitely. If I could give a huge plug to TRP Commodities and My Butcher. They provide all of the meat for our barbecue on a Saturday and at other club events. Fantastic meat. We've got the best steak sandwich in the Amateur League down here. And also North Adelaide Village, the shopping centre there, are another major sponsor who provide us with some cash sponsorship and also some in-kind things for our kitchen and so on. Lulu's Pizza on Regency Road, we've just got on board this year. They've got a great deal, and our guys certainly like tucking into a couple of those after training every now and then. And that's also White House Furniture is another sponsor that we've got on board for the last couple of years as well. So yeah, great sponsors, all of them, great products, and it's great. Clubs of amateur nature need the sponsorship to survive, and it's good that the way things have been with the economy the last few years, that there are still people on board that are happy to support amateur sport.
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like you've got some great businesses supporting the club. It sounds like you've got some great people supporting your club too. And all we need now is for the players to get you back up into Div 5 again.
That's right, that's what we're all about. We definitely want to be up in Div 5 and hopefully one day beyond. So we got close last year and just couldn't quite get across the line with a few injuries late in the season and so on. And it's been a battle this year, but we still think we've got what it takes in us to go one step further this season.
Well, look, all the best with that venture, and yeah, we do. We wish you all the very best for the rest of 2012.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Sam Horsell, A grade and in the middle.
What do I play? Centre. In the middle as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sean Pratt, and I play in the centre.
Travis Hillman and fullback.
Obviously, being an old scholars club, we're away from the school now, so any further distance we get away from the brotherhood is good in terms of our bodies sort of staying the same.
Well, I was actually unfortunate to not get touched because I would have got a massive payout, but I was too ugly, so.
Talking about brothers, I can't tell Sam and Luke Murphy apart. I think Luke's the better player, but yeah, I wouldn't know.
Probably Adam Sturikovic, because I still don't think he knows what he's looking at, to be honest.
I'd have to go Dean Anderson, because because he just loves to shine off his head. I don't know.
Jake Blunt. Too arrogant for his own good, and surely spends too much time in front of the mirror.
He saw one of his mates in distress because one of his mates was being warned by a copper for urinating in public, and he thought for some reason that his help and assistance was required immediately, so he sort of jumped off the bridge and hurt his little groin, little tiny fella.
He got dropped from the twos, and there is no threes, and he couldn't handle it, so he jumped.
Yeah, I think the pressure of not kicking a goal so far this season is starting to build up on him. And,
Just your mum on the phone, Trav. She's just wondering where you are, mate.
Yeah, Mum. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I promise I won't stay at Jake's mum's place again tonight.
Please, ma'am, may I have some more?
Absolutely.
Free feed, you beauty!
Thank you.
Love the hams.
Delicious but healthy.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome. glad we got some crackers out of that lot. These are the four I picked as the best marks, guys. Rattle off your names.
Luke, Daniel, Jake, Jason.
Okay, now what these fine fellows behind me are going to do, as we know, is we are going to cheer for some beers. So, when I point to said person, we're going to vote, and obviously the loudest cheer gets the beer. So, cheering voices ready? Yeah, good-o. All right. Mark number 1.
Yay! It's better than that.
Mark number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, hard crowd. Mark number 3. And mark number 4. Oh, okay. Well, it seems if this doesn't break, well done, mate. You have the proud owner of a Thank you very much to the Blackfriars House for having us out this week, and we'll see you at a club near you next week.
Mate, one-handers win that every time.
Oh, it's been another great footy trip, of course, this time from Blackfriars, Lisa, and parting is with such sweet sorrow as we come to the final segment of the evening. We've got a few little things to go over though.
Yeah, we sure do. Just a reminder about the C7 SAS Rapid State game, SA versus Victoria State match at the Adelaide Airport Stadium, or Venue, if you will, this Sunday. And all the action kicks off at midday, so by all means get on down there and support the C7 boys in their quest to beat those damn Victorians.
Yes, I actually spoke to Manny Millard on Friday night, who's the coach of the C7's team, and I said, what could we expect? And he said, full-chested aggression from the SA boys. That's what he said. I don't know what he said, but yeah, no, I mean...
As well.
He dared me to do it, and I just did. Exciting young boys just doing what they love, playing footy. It's great to see.
Yep.
So I wish them boys all the best.
Yeah, now in other C section news, Tommy, you went out to Winnies on the weekend.
Well, it's not so much C-section news, it's more about a club. This is a mini footy trip. It's only going to go for about 3 minutes, but this club is the Wingfield Royals Football Club, a club that has battled extinction in recent years, a proud club, an old club, and they have their A grade plays in C4 as against the C grade opposition. Now I had a chance to go out there on the weekend. I spoke to their coach and their captain, and we just discussed some of the plights that they've faced as a suburban club and what they've went through and what it means to the people of Wingfield to have their club up and about. So hopefully we've got that footage ready. This is a mini footy trip of the Wingfield Royals Football Club. TJ here with a Grassroots exclusive from the Wingfield Footy Club. Now I'm here with the coach of the Wingfield Royals. It's Jeff Roach, isn't it?
That's right.
Thanks for inviting us out to the club, and tell us about the plight of Wingfield, the suburban club trying to rebuild again.
Yeah, well, last season, unfortunately, we couldn't field a side because we didn't have numbers here. This year, we've started gradually building up, and the club is sort of prospering, quite well at the moment. So we're hoping to go a lot further with it. And we've been averaging, reasonable amount of games, wins and that. So we're looking forward to go a bit further.
Yep, 3 wins for the season, so certainly the boys have been very competitive. I know you gave us a real run for the money down Payne way. Look, it's not that long ago, just 2007, just looking around, I see you won the Div 7 Reserves Premiership. So obviously a very proud club. Is the aim to get back up to 2 teams again?
Our aim is to, yes, because we've got a lot of youth around here, a lot of potential, and we want to build it and get back to the top again.
No worries. Tell us, who are the stars of the Wingfield Royals?
Well, we've got a pretty average sort of side, we've got a lot of few older players here, like Andy White's our captain. You got young Robert Pinky, who's been here for a while, Wayne Pearce. They're all got a lot of prospect, and we're hoping that we'll go on a lot further with them.
Absolutely. And do you have a junior program at all?
No, we haven't actually. We haven't.
And that's where a lot of the problems come, because you can't use those juniors to play in your grade. But has the league helped you out at all?
Well, the amateur league, we sort of had to run in at first. We had to make sure that we had a side, and now I think they're realising that we're on the way up, sort of thing, and
Certainly. Now, apart from your good self, who are the other people behind the scenes that help make Wingfield Royals the club that it is?
I think we've got a very good committee here, like Adam and Nick Jennifer, a whole lot of them, and they work very hard to keep the club moving, and if we keep that way going, there'll be a lot of success here.
No worries, mate. I'll thank you very much for having us out. I'm looking forward to a beautiful day outside. The forecast was for rain, which doesn't help us sports. But it's great to be out at a suburban club, and without these suburban clubs, mate, there is no league. So wish you all the best in rebuilding of the club, and hope Wingfield Royals are around for many years to come.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye, mate.
I'm here with the captain of the Wingfield Royals Footy Club. Welcome to Grassroots Footy, Andy.
Thanks, Tommy. Pleasure to be here, mate.
Now, how long have you been involved with the club for, mate?
On and off now, about 25 years, I reckon.
25 years.
As a young bloke too.
You've seen the highs and lows?
Seen the highs and lows and been there and been a proud witness of what's been happening around the club, and nowadays we're getting an upward curve, and it's good to be a part of.
Nice. Now, I mean, you were nearly extinct as of recent years, so it must be great just to be out playing footy on a Saturday again.
But for the effort of supporters and committee members and some of the club constituents, mate, we would have been done and dusted. But we're out there on the field now, we're fighting again, and we're proud of it.
What's the community support like, mate? We're going to get some good numbers here to watch the Andy show today?
Oh, I don't know about the Andy show, mate, but you'll have to wait and see. We always get a good turnout on the home games and stuff because Wingfield Footy Club is a bit of a hub for community activity, and there's some other things that go on aside from watching football.
The 8-ball team?
8-ball team, we've got dogs training, we've got togetherness, we've got afterwards after the game, and everybody here doesn't know everything about each other but knows each other on a friendly level, and it's a good place to be a part of.
Beautiful. Now, of those 25 years, what's your highlight, mate? What's the one single highlight that stands out?
There's really as somebody who I feel belongs to the club, there's probably too many to mention, but my one single highlight would be the fact that we're up and running again. We've got a team, we've had a couple of flags, that's all, but the fact that we are out here proves the fact that we're staunch and we have a spine, and that we are the same as we always were, mate. We're back and in business.
Nice, mate. It's great to have a battling club like yourself, up and about, still kicking on. Didn't give up when the going got tough, but you just kept going, and well, today we get to have a kick of the footy, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, bloody oath, Tommy. It's all about, it's a beautiful day, and any day's a good day for football, and any day's a good day to come down to Wingfield and support your local team.
Beautiful, mate. Best of luck for the day.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
Well, that was really good, Tom. It's actually good to get out to the smaller clubs, which obviously we don't get to do on a Tuesday night, and probably squashes the room. A lot of people probably thought that Wingies actually didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great to be there, and we look at our clubs that have been on the brink of extinction, and it's not just Wingfield. It's Wingfield, Smithfield, North Pines, all these other clubs, Ovingham. They're kicking on, they're still alive. It's really important that everyone gets out there supporting all the local communities, and that's what's happening out at Wingfield. So good luck to the Royals for the rest of the year, and thanks for having us on the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just probably 2 or 3 games, we're not obviously going to go into them in any great detail, but that are probably worth of note.
Yeah, look, we talked earlier about Goodwood Saints, how they're coming. It's going to be interesting to see just how hard they do come, because we've got to be careful with that. But Goodwood Saints have Salisbury North this week at Adelaide Airport Stadium. Now, Goodwood Saints, this is a scout they need to take if they want to play finals, in my opinion. Whether they can or not is another story. I think Eugene Warrior should be able to get his boys to bounce back.
Yeah, look, I agree with you there, but and as you said, that's my pleasure.
It's about time or not.
But as you said, yeah, look, if Goodwood's going to, there's no point in Goodwood getting to 5th, not beating any big scouts, and they've got to start proving that they're worthy of being there.
Yes. Now, it's Division 2. It's a very interesting prospect. It's a 1 versus 3 clash. Now, before the season started, Port Districts were all the rage, whether you were down at Largs talking to the Port guys themselves or on the internet or wherever. The word was they've recruited heavily. Rod Smitheram and the boys were going to be up and about and the team to beat. Well, they've locked themselves into 3rd spot, 2 games clear of their next rival. But they've got to knock off Tea Tree Gully on the weekend to really, really take that big step as well. Can they do it? I think they can.
No, I disagree with you.
Oh,
yeah.
It's that time of the night.
Yes, no, I disagree with you. Look, Tea Tree Gully are hell-bent on keeping top spot, and I reckon that's where they'll stay. They had a good win over Notbury on the weekend, and KB's got those boys fired
Kevin
up.
Baker, KB's running the Lisa Wright click.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
So yes, I will be supporting Tea Tree Gully on this occasion.
No worries, and just while we're on top of the table clashes, you couldn't really go past 1 versus 2 in Division 3. It's Smosh West Lakes and Seaton Ramblers. Seaton Ramblers, of course, went down to the mighty Chicka Chick Train last week. And they've been on the road for a month. This is the 4th game in a row on the road. Can they sneak the points off for West Lakes before they head home for a good run of home games? I don't think they can.
No.
I think Smosh will win in a close game, and they'll go 2 games clear at the top of the table, and they'll really take their destiny into their own hands as to what they do in the last sort of 2 months of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Agree with you?
I do. I think Smosh will win. And Steve would probably, especially with these home games, that means they probably have a good run home, no doubt. And I haven't had a look at that, but they'd want to be watching this mob over here. That they don't end up taking. That would be you, well, not you personally. That they don't end up pinching that second spot.
Certainly. Well, Lisa, it's been another exciting footy trip out at the Blackfriars Footy Club this week. Hopefully we don't create that curse of the hounds. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. There's a lot of talk about super around here. I'm hoping to get a cup this bloody big. I haven't had dinner yet. It's fading away.
And just on that, clearly, and just on that, thanks again to the Blackfriars boys for having us out. Thanks to Ando the beekeeper, Tom, Leprez, and everyone else out here that made it such a fantastic night. And we will go out now with the. Now, just before we go, I have a bit of a beef.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
What did I do this time?
No, and people might think it's a bit pedantic or it's a girl thing or something like that, but a lot of the club songs we've been playing are renditions of It's a Grand Old Flag. It's a very popular song amongst amateur league clubs.
I'm not really sure where you could possibly be going with this.
No, well, now this is my thing. Now, the words to It's a Grand Old Flag, which have been Googled and which Norwood have sung for 100 and whatever years, has been It's a Grand Old Flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. So you and blue rhymes.
Right.
Now, and my club is guilty of this 100% as well. But they sing it, it's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for you and for me. B doesn't rhyme with blue. Start singing the bloody song properly.
Wow, you've got some real edgy beef going on there.
Oh no, it just bugs me. I've heard it so many times this year.
See, I sit at home and worry about things like world hunger and children's starvation, but that song really does get to me too.
Anyway.
Hey, look, if you've got a beef or you'd like to discuss something with us, perhaps you could contact us on the following address. That probably says
Grassroots at saafl.asn.au if you have anything useful.
we'd love to hear some intelligent, insightful feedback as well.
Yes, that'd be lovely. So after that beef, we now go out with the Kenilworth Club song. They also sing it incorrectly as well. See you next week.
See you, Redders.
Hey mate, did you hear about that rumour about beer karma?
Beer karma?
You drink one of these and a Victorian cops one.
Oh, really?
They did claim to invent the footy. That's good.